hope this clip puts life in perspective a little bit better like it did for me. This is Drew Davis. He's the owner of the Crippling Company, a hot sauce company out of St. Louis. Drew is not only 19, but he has cerebral palsy. And this clip it really made me think of how lucky I am to, as something as simple as getting up and walking to get, water, go to the restroom, or my favorite activity to do, which is run. And what Drew talks about in this entire episode of Electric People, which I really recommend you go and listen to it, Electric People podcast. He talks about how he never let his disability stop him from achieving greatness. And as a 19-year-old kid, if you have to overcome something like that, I personally don't think I would have the mental fortitude to think, hey, I would probably use that as a crutch. But Drew's been able to not let that stop him, but make an incredible, successful business. So let me just play this clip of when he was in 8th grade, and there's two things that I want to say about it.
I create this idea around using sense of humor to change people's perspective and try to do that. And I wanted to donate 5% to cerebral palsy research, and I write this plan and I pitch it, and I'm like, man, compared to everybody else in my class, mine's a smash hit. Obviously, I'm gonna get 100. I'm a straight A student. 2 weeks later, I get the grade back. It's an 82, and it sounds good, but growing up, like I said, my brain was the only thing I had, so I was a really try hard student. So like I've never received that grade before. So I went up to the teacher at the time, asked him why. He was like, man, I really thought it was a decent idea. I just thought it was unrealistic and didn't think you could do it. So I used that motivation and kind of thought back to the time that my doctor said I wouldn't be able to lose that weight, and something clicked in my head, and I went home, did some research, and started making recipes and learning about hot sauce. And 8 months later, we launched. Fast forward a little over 2 years later, last year alone, we sold over 200,000 barrels.
This business plan that Drew presented, his teacher doubted him. He said, I didn't think that you could do it. How crazy is it that a teacher will limit a kid's possibility? This goes back to why it's important to be a good example. That teacher literally could have limited this kid's internal belief. He already has cerebral palsy, so that's like already a mental challenge to overcome. And as a young kid, that could have stopped him. So Drew is like the type of character I feel we should all be like. What an incredible example, especially right now he's only 19. The other part of the podcast, which you should definitely listen to, that made me really think about this is people look at them as people that can't contribute in society. And Drew, as a 19-year-old kid, said, I want to be and wanted to be a contributing member of society. I didn't want to let this disability slow me down. I wanted to contribute. How crazy when I look on the streets and I see all the stuff going on, how many young kids have this kind of mindset? How many of them are thinking, I want to give back to the community and build a business and do this and actually doing it? Like, not that many. Like, I don't even know too many 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, whatever, that are doing what he's doing right now. So go listen to that. I'm like getting worked up. Go listen to that podcast, Electric People podcast. Order some hot sauce from the Crippling Company. Follow Drew. Just an amazing story. Amazing dude.